Thank you. There are many types of Babas or Gurus in the world. Some ask their disciples to strictly observe austere rites and rituals. To those that whisper some mantra in the ears of disciples. To those that give their disciples a rosary or a mala to be worn compulsorily. To those who reveal a name of God or a magical sacred word for their disciples on which they are expected to meditate, etc. Talking about the first type of guru that persuades their disciple to observe strict austere rites and rituals. Rites and rituals are not bad if our scientific and person performing understands it. For example, there are many mantras in Sanskrit language that people chant like a parrot without any understanding of it. Such people never get any benefits from rites and rituals despite performing it ardently. If the rites and rituals are non scientific and they perform it like a parrot. Those that claim to have obtained something by merely chanting mantras like a parrot do not know that in life coincidences occur too. Some gurus whisper some mantra in the ears of their disciples. I am sure such acts do not work in this era, as I have never heard from any successful person that achieved anything desirable as a consequence of hearing a mantra in his ear by any Baba or Guru. I have never heard anyone giving credit for their success to their Guru for whispering a mantra in their ear, due to which they became successful. Some Babas or Gurus give a rosary or a mala or something to wear, and some people think that due to this, the life will change. However, they did not realize that the rosary or mala was just provided for a connection to get established between a guru and his or her disciple. Just like when a couple gets married, they put a ring on each other's finger. This does not mean that everything got accomplished. The ring only signifies the start of a relationship between a husband and his wife. Just like married life starts only after the ritual, similarly, getting a rosary or a mala or mantra from a Baba or Guru only leads to establishment of a relationship between Guru and his disciple. It does not mean that from that very day disciple's life will change and disciple will free self from struggles and attain salvation or nirvana or moksha. Some Babas or Gurus provide auspicious mantras or sacred words to meditate upon. It is observed that many people also hold the notion that when a Guru reveals a mantra, he imparts some power to it. It is indeed surprising that even well educated and so called learned people also subscribe to such misconceptions. Nevertheless, reciting mantras are not bad. However, these mantras are not too powerful like they used to be during Satya Yuga. In Satya Yuga, also known as True Yuga, power or potency of mantras or auspicious recitations was 100%. Then came Treta Yuga. During this Yuga, the potency and power of mantras reduced to 75%. Then came Dwapar Yuga. In this Yuga, the potency and power of mantras reduced to 50%. The current Yuga is Kali Yuga, also known as the Dark Age of Materialism. And in this Yuga, the potency and power of mantras and recitations has reduced to 25% and is gradually reducing. In my opinion, it has now reduced to less than 20%. So, expecting mantras or auspicious texts to perform the same miracles that happened in Satya Yuga is hoping against hopes. You see, this is the prime reason why, despite tremendous chanting of mantras or performing homas, India failed to contain the virus that came from Wuhan. Many times, homas or mantras chants are passionately performed when some states do not get rainfall. However, in this yuga, it is next to impossible to appease rain god by chanting mantras or homas, as the potency of homas and mantras getting reduced to lesser than 20% as this yuga is progressing, and this is an inconvenient truth. Some gurus tell their disciple who their Ishtadev is and prescribe a mantra for that particular Ishtadev to please that particular Ishtadev or to have a connection with that particular Ishtadev. In reality, any person can worship any god. It is a misconception that a person must worship his Ishtadev only. I have a friend that is an ardent prayer of Lord Krishna and wanted me to also passionately pay obeisance to Lord Krishna as she considers Lord Krishna to be her and mine Ishtadev. I have never agreed to her wishes, not because I dislike Lord Krishna, but since birth I have worshipped Lord Sun, and I feel that it is not a human that can decide whom he or she must worship. It is the deity that decides who must worship him or her. Also, I believe that all gods are equally kind and generous, so one can worship anyone whom he or she wants to, and not be too rigid about Ishtadev. In reality, a guru is not at all necessary to impart a mantra to his or her disciple or to prescribe some ritual, since such tasks a disciple can do it on his or her own abilities by reading ancient Indian spiritual texts. Nevertheless, pseudo Babas and pseudo Gurus do it so that majority of their followers will consider them wise. It is an unfortunate fact that not only literate but also educated seekers have fallen prey to such illogical and irrational practices. Thank you so much for making it to this end. If you liked what I said, then please show it by hitting the like button and subscribe to my channel, as I will upload more talks on this topic. Also, if time permits you, then please listen to my other talks. I wish you have a wonderful day and stay safe.